Hello everyone, this is Hauswirth. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest VI, Realms of Revelation, for the DS. Previously, after defeating Jamirus at the Isle of Smiles, the party explored the Dream World a bit on the mobile island. They also did a bit of vocation leveling at the Spiegelspire. Now it is time to head west to Howcastle, based on advice from Madame Luca. So we'll land here. Well, hello mudslingers. You won't be slinging much mud today. Bye-bye, mudslingers. Amos is now a material master. He has learned Burning Breath. And Carver has learned Leg Sweep. Carver only just became a martial artist after mastering Warrior. And Amos has just about mastered Monster Master. Very nice party. Now let's check out this checkpoint. The border checkpoint north of Hauswirth. Kind of poorly guarded for a checkpoint, aye? What's the point of a checkpoint if no one's around to check it? Good question. It seems like folks can come and go as they please. I'm feeling a little bit sheepish, I'm afraid. Seems I was caught napping at my post. Well, it wasn't your fault, was it? I dreamt of a place called the Isle of Smiles, where everyone was happy and nothing remotely bad ever happened. Anyway, while I was dozing, no one could get through the gates. I've opened them now, so have yourselves a safe journey. Hee-hee, sounds like that soldier owes us his life, doesn't he? Yes, could be. Crikey, he dreamt about the Isle of Smiles, aye? That fella doesn't know how lucky he is. I wonder who that fellow was in his Isle of Smiles dream. Well, hello. Come, my gloopy steed, we have no slime to waste. We must ride. Howcastle lies just up ahead. My destiny is to serve the prince of that realm. Onwards. Okay. It seems like folks can come and go as they please. Your first time in Howcastle, is it? The prince is a rum sort, I tell you. Well, you'll find out more anon. Anyway, enough idle chit-chat. I've got to make a living somehow. Oh, you're running in. 120, eh? No, thank you. Right, off we go. Beautiful day for a stroll. Let's get walking. Having an inn next to a checkpoint is a good idea, ain't it? I bet this fella gets business from both sides of the border. And we get a mini-medal from that pot. Thank you, pot. We're up to 22. Nothing there. Nothing there. So it's time to head on. Boy, is it me, or are even the monsters around here a little, you know, backwoods? I could have sworn I just heard some monsters scrapping with each other in the woods. If only all monsters had the decency to fight each other, I could retire happily in Scrimsley. The landscape's wide open here. Looks like we've got some serious walking to do. What do the others have to say? This area has a rather calmer feel to it. It seems we can breathe a little more easily here. This place has a real air of tranquility, and tranquil air, too. Now to move on. A scorching man and a gust bluster. Take that. Goodbye, foes. And we have a village. This is Hauswirth. This really is the middle of nowhere. It must be a real riot, living in a sleepy little village like this. I'd probably die of boredom if I lived here. A knight atop a slime saying he's got to see the prince? You don't see one of them every day. Greetings, travelers. Welcome to Howsworth. I'm thinking of investing in this village. How much is Howsworth worth, do you think? Howsworth, aye? Nice name. Kinda rustic and everything like that. Oh, look. All the houses here are made out of wood. Well, wouldn't you know? Well, what do we have here, then? A fine strapping bunch of youngsters. You fancy getting your hands dirty and helping me out with the harvest? Sure, why not? Good on you. The youngsters in this here village are scared of a little hard work. So you're happy to settle down here in Howsworth and live a simple farmer's life? I guess. Well, get cracking then. Plenty of work to be done. What's wrong? Your heart ain't in it, is it? I'm just joshing with you. That's the famous Howsworth humor, that is. Phew, I thought he was serious. Old Amos can think of worse things than settling down here in Howsworth. Hardy har, that fella cracks me up. Hello, horsey. Nay, snort. Whoa, that horse has some spirit, aye? That horse is packing plenty of horsepower. Well, good for him. Better keep your distance. He might be a biter. Ugh, I just trod on something squelchy. Keep that shoe away from me, then. Hello, ma'am. My husband used to work at the castle, looking after young Prince Howard. Fair gave him the runaround, he did. My husband couldn't take the strain. Look at the state of him now. The prince's babysitter, I bet he knows a lot about the royal fella. I bet the old man really loved the prince. So that fellow used to travel over to the castle every day. It can't be all that far. Why does he look so knackered? Nothing there. Ah, a moonwort bulb. Hello, sir. I may not be all that high-learnt, but I know a thing or three. Used to work over in Howcastle, I did. I hear the prince has finally set off to perform the royal rite of purification. And about time, too. I wonder what this prince is like. Something tells me we'll soon find out. So the prince has set off, has he? Royal right, so maybe we won't find him in the castle, eh? Well, we shall see. The map of the village. The inn is in the southwest. Hello, ma'am. Your rate is much lower. But I'll stay later. Nothing there. Hello, sir. You ever heard tell of the Prince of Howcastle? The lad's a lost cause, in my humble opinion. I came here myself to see if the stories were true. Turns out, he's even worse than I'd feared. He came all this way just to see the prince? What stories do you think he's talking about? Old Amos wouldn't mind having a gawp at this hopeless prince. Heorot gazes into the mirror. He sees the reflection of a gallant-looking young man gazing back at him. And in this fenced area, we find another mini-medal. We're up to 23. All right. Hello, sir. This village has a certain rustic charm, doesn't it? Hang round here for a while, and you'll feel like all's well with the world. But let's not allow all this talk of peace and harmony to distract us. We've got business to do. Ah, the village shop. What have you? Stone axe, fur cape, tortoise shell, fur hood. No thank you, sir. This really is the middle of nowhere. I was bred and born in Hauswirth. Lived here man and boy, I have. Truth be told, I've spent 13 years plowing this very field. That's a fair chunk of my natural life. 13 years? That'd make him a beginner around these parts. Seems these good folks aren't afraid of getting their hands dirty. That fellow's a farmer through and through, eh? It's written all over his face. Hello, sir. Ellipses. Every time I see my face reflected in the water, I see how the years have caught up with me. Ain't no use in having regrets now, I suppose. Aye, no use trying to turn back the clock. Well, none of us are getting any younger. I know what he means. Whenever I see my face in the water, I wonder, is that a pimple? Well, hello, ma'am. All right, my lovers. These here crops fetch a good price over in Howcastle. Where's Howcastle at, you say? Head west to here, and it'll be right in front of your nose. So this village is Howcastle's breadbasket. I bet every meal at Howcastle is packed with Hauswirth produce. If we're near the castle, we might as well pay a visit. Want to hear a hard luck tale? Course you do. Well, I used to be a guard over at Howcastle. Then, owing to that Prince Howard's constant carrying on, I got the chop. I'd tell you more, but I'd only start crying. The prince got him fired. I'd love to hear that whole story. Got the chop, he says. Looks like he took it hard. Plenty of ex-Howcastle workers in this village, ain't there? Nothing there. And this must be the church. A farmer's work is never done, but when I come here, I feel like my heart and soul are purified. But they say this cave pales in comparison to Hallowed Hollow, where the royal rite of purification takes place. Still, only royal folk are allowed to go in there. I'll have to stick with this cave. If this rite of purification is in a fancier place than this, I'd love to see it sometime. We probably will. This place is real soothing, you know. I bet the villagers hang out here all day. Old Amos has really fallen in love with this church. Let's come again, Heorot. Wow, a chapel with its own waterfall. Pretty wet and wild church, eh? It's nice to see a church that's got back to nature. And there's a house over here. Now that's what I call a prince. His parents fall ill, so he bravely sets off on a quest to find a cure. The Prince of Somnia is a prince worthy of the name, all right. And what do we get stuck with? Howard the Coward. I don't know how King Howell puts up with him. Speaking of which, I wonder what the other version of Heorot is doing right now. This Howard character sounds like he falls a bit short in the prince stakes. Whoa, folks have heard about the Prince of Somnia all the way out here. Nothing there. In the kingdom of Howcastle, he who would be king must first go through the royal rite of purification. The question now is whether our Prince Howard can actually manage it. Let's get to the castle and find out more about it. They don't seem too fond of Prince Howard here, but it's not as if they hate him. So he has to pass a rite of purification, eh? Sounds like a rite he has no right to refuse. How about this side? Another mini-medal. Very nice indeed. We are up to 24. Hello, kiddo. I'm bored. Won't someone play with me? Anyone'll do. Even Prince Howard. Prince Howard, huh? Is he kidding? A prince? Play with a village local? In most kingdoms, that commoner would be considered cuckoo. Huh. Prince Howard often comes here to play, eh? This lad seems to be lacking the proper respect for the prince of his kingdom. Well, that is it for Hauswirth. So let's head west to the castle. Here is the castle. Howcastle. Avast! This really is a fancy castle hidden way out in the backwoods. And on a nice big cliff. Wow, what a castle! I can't even see the top of it. Those stairs aren't half steep. Hey guys, welcome to Howcastle. Ooh, he seems friendly. Maybe because you've got a cute girl like me with you. Hey, it's plausible. Well, let's head on in. So, this is Howcastle, eh? Welcome to Howcastle. I see the Slime Knight has arrived. You lot look like you can handle yourselves. You've been in some dust-ups with a fair few monsters in your time, I'll warrant. True enough. If you've got the time to spare, maybe you could lend a hand to Prince Howard and his father. If you want to find out more, I recommend that you go and speak to the king. I guess we have time. Why don't we go see what the king has to say? Does that soldier really think we look tough, or was he just flattering us? Whew, I thought he was going to challenge us to battle for a second there. Prince Howard's the best prince in the world. He's never too busy to play with me. Well, at least the prince has one fan. Of course he likes the prince. Kids will like anyone who plays with them. I wonder what games this lad plays with the prince. I reckon the prince gets along better with kids than grown-ups. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. I don't care who your daddy is, you'll get your dinner when I give it to you. Oh, pardon me. I spoke out of turn there. I was sure it was Prince Howard coming to pester me again. Crikey. And here I was, wondering how she knows my old man. So Prince Howard likes his food, it seems. Does Prince Howard really eat that much? He must be one king-size prince. And another mini-medal. They're really throwing them at us. We're up to 25. And there we find a seat of magic. Good show. There's a stairway here. We have some tunnels. We're back outside. Is it just me who thinks everyone's being a tad bit harsh on Prince Howard? I wouldn't much like having to venture into a dank cave filled with monsters either. Who said it should be easy or fun? It's a right, right? You mean normal people don't venture into dank caves all the time? I guess that's just us. To be honest, old Amos doesn't much like dank caves or monsters either. So back to these tunnels. This leads out to a cliff. And that barrel contains a seed of wisdom. So, seed of wisdom. Hello, sir. If ever you need to make a swift exit, this tunnel will take you out of the castle. No one uses it except for Prince Howard, though. I dread to think where he's sneaking off to next. Blimey, this castle has everything. Why would a prince be sneaking away from his own castle? Old Amos hasn't got the foggiest. Ooh, a secret tunnel. I love this kind of stuff. Not much foot traffic down here. Choo! Beg your pardon. It's a tad dusty down here. It's kind of a maze down here, And what is up here? A bedroom? There's a book entitled A Slime Story Part 5. Hayrot takes it from the shelf and reads an excerpt. My name is Uzo. My dream is for this name to drip from the lips of all the people of the world. I have recently heard of a slime so powerful that it can defeat entire gangs of cats with its little finger. Now, obviously slimes don't have little fingers, so I'm not quite sure what to believe. But if this fabled slime does indeed exist, I can give my dreams of being the world's toughest slime a gloopy kiss goodbye. In any case, I have arrived at an important decision and must leave this nameless village behind. And here, there's a book entitled The Good King's Guide. Heorot takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. But it's so covered in scribblings and doodles, it's practically illegible. Interesting. Hello there. Hey, who are you? Don't you know who I am? I am Howard, Crown Prince of the realm of Howcastle. All hail me! How'd that sound? Pretty impressive, right? I've been working on it. Well, hello, Prince Howard. That's Prince Howard. What an ego. Just goes to show, not all princes are dashing. That's the prince? Bloomin' heck. Impressive? Nothing about him is impressive. The door is locked, and it doesn't look like any of the keys in the party's possession will open it. And nothing in that end table. Alrighty. Back to the main part of the castle. Must be a guard room. Oi, buzz off! Let me sleep, will you? I had to stay up all night playing cards with Prince Howard, for the 38th night in a row. I wonder if he has to let the prince win. A prince who plays with queens, kings, and aces all night? Sounds like a real joker. Ah, nice one, Ashlyn. So the prince is a gambling man, is he? Got some barrels in here, but nothing in any of them. Now we have enough medals for another prize. So we'll switch to the dream world and head over to the castle of King Medford. Back at King Medford's manor. Hello, your medal majesty. Greetings. I am a collector of many medals, which are said to be scattered all over the world. Splendid. I see you have some mini medals with you. I must examine them this instant, my loyal subjects. Yes. This takes the number of mini medals you've given me to 25. Ho! Look at this, Heorot. You've given me 25 medals, which means it's time to administer a fabulous prize. And we received the Raging Ruby. It seems I currently have 25 mini-medals from you, my loyal subjects. Once you have brought me a total of 30 mini-medals, I'll be able to reward you with a platinum sword. Good show, King. Now we'll switch worlds again. And go back to Howcastle. In the next episode, we'll explore the rest of Howcastle. This is Heorot. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.